Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this series, you're going to see 25 days of trade analysis. I am calling it 25 days of Tradesmas. In this Tradesmas series, if you are going to be watching it, I highly suggest that you take the opportunity to be participating in the giveaway. I would love to give back to you guys in the YouTube world who have supported me and followed me. I am always very interactive in the trading floor community, but I know there's a ton of you who have followed me for a while who aren't in there, and I want to be able to give back to YouTube as well. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for all of your guys' support here on my YouTube channel, and I am wishing you all the warmest of holidays, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. I personally celebrate Christmas, so therefore I am doing the 25 days of Tradesmas. But whatever your holiday season is, I wish you and your family and loved ones a very warm and happy holiday season. With that being said, I am doing the giveaway here on my channel. So for every day that I do one of the Tradesmas videos, if you do any sort of interaction, if you like, comment, or subscribe, you will earn an entry to be able to qualify at the end on the 25th day to be part of the drawing that I am holding. I will draw a winner for the giveaway. I will announce the winner on the 26th of December. The prize will be to win a yearly subscription to the trading floor. So if you guys are interested in it, make sure that you are doing the likes, subscribe, and comments. Obviously, you cannot resubscribe over and over again, but don't worry. You will get 3 credit points towards that, but then every day following it, as long as you leave a like and you leave a comment, you'll get 2 additional entries for each of those. In addition to my giveaway, if you guys love giveaways, we are doing one on the Trading Floor YouTube channel as well. It's the same thing over there in order to enter as well, though it is interaction. So if you like, comment, and subscribe over there with that channel, you are going to be entered into a drawing at the end on the 25th as well. We will draw a name for somebody to win a $1,000 cash prize. You do have to have PayPal to accept this prize, so make sure that you can accept PayPal if you're going to go over there and enter into it. But I think that's a really nice prize. I think most people this time of year would love to have $1,000 extra. So make sure that you guys are also checking out the Tradesmas that we are doing on the trading floor. And there are lots of styles of trading happening over there on their Tradesmas. You will see all of our live streamers and our staff submitting videos. So if breakout trading isn't really your thing, or maybe my style isn't your thing, no worries. Go check out the Trading Floor's YouTube and make sure you are subscribing, and commenting for an opportunity to win $1,000 cash prize at the end. Okay guys, let's get into the video, and happy holidays. Welcome back. Today is day 4 of Tradesmas. In today's video, you're going to actually see 2 trades that I took on the same day. You're going to see a US30 and a NAS100 setup. So these 2 trades here. I actually was going to skip this because this is also on a trial FTMO account. It was for a prop firm trial challenge account, and it's not real money, so this is play money profits that I made. And I know I showed a couple of videos already like that, so I was going to actually skip this just so we could get into the live money where you guys can see what I actually made. But I decided to keep this because I know a lot of people actually struggle when it comes to challenges, and there are some things that I do slightly different when it comes to approaching a prop firm trial account or a challenge account. And I thought maybe this could be helpful. If you guys want to see more of this, because I have another trial account that I did do in Strategy Wars, because they do earn 20 extra points when you pass them for your team, and I was trying to give more points to my team, the best that I could, to help us qualify for playoffs. So if you want to see more, I do have a second one that I submitted in November that I can show. If you'd like to see it, comment below and let me know, so that way I know if you're even interested in seeing how I approach challenge accounts. So basically, when you're looking at this, this is an FTMO free trial challenge account. They use this in order to help people gauge whether they're ready to actually invest into a prop firm challenge. They can be a little bit pricey, and I love that FTMO allows people to do the free trial just to kind of test where you're at. They give you this whole back end dashboard that you guys are kind of seeing here on my screen, and I think this is really cool because you can see your whole client area that you'll go in. It'll give you your statistics, a trading journal, all this stuff, economic calendar. They do really well. I actually really like FTMO as a prop firm. They allow you to see everything you're doing, and then they give you your trading objectives. So these were the goals you have to meet in order to say like you pass the account. And then the idea is if you are able to do this and pass the account, that you can look at investing into a prop firm challenge for real. So I did this in one day. So I did do 2 trades, and I submitted all my trades here so you guys can see like all the different trades that I had. But the 2 that I did here were these 2, and I just did something called stacking with them. There's also a trade on the 17th, this smaller one. This was just to pass the account because you have to have a minimum of 2 trading days that you can see they have here. So you have to have placed a trade for 2 days in order to get that pass check mark. So that's what you're seeing on the 17th. That's why there's like a weird $3 one. That was just like a throwaway trade in order to be able to pass the account. That is a little tip I will give you guys if you're looking to do a prop firm challenge or a trial account. If you pass the account already, so in this case for this account, it was a 100K account and it was a $5,000 profit target that I had to meet. I did 6.23% on the November 16th date. I had already made the profit target. I didn't need to trade again on the 17th in order to meet my profit target. I just needed it in order to have my minimum 2 trading days. So if you've already met your profit target, do not throw your potential profits and passing the account away by like truly trading again on the second day or whatever day it is you might need. Like just take a very small lot size, take 1 trade, a super small lot, and just like take a couple of even cents if you need to, like a couple of dollars or a couple of cents, close the trade and be done with it. For most prop firms, you don't have to leave a trade running for a certain amount of time, but definitely do your due diligence. Check with your actual prop firm. Some of them do have time limits, but with FTMO, you do not have to. You can just open a small trade quickly and close it. And then you would meet your minimal trading days. You can see the rest of it though, like you're allowed to have a max daily loss of 5,000. You only had 1,000, and then you're allowed to have a max loss of 10,000 overall in the account. And again, I only had 1,000 because I only traded for 1 day, and then the profit target was reached. So that's what that looks like. And if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more or like practicing with a trial account, I highly suggest checking out FTMO. They do offer the free challenges on their website, and you still get like kind of access to all of their client area and stuff. So it feels real and you get your data and everything, which is nice. And they are linked below in my description box if you guys are interested in checking them out. So let's talk about how it is that I made the $6,233.20 on this account in order to be able to pass it. First trade I have here is on NAS100. We are on the 1 minute time frame that I'm showing you. But I want to make it clear that I actually was looking at the 5 minute and the 15 minute as well when I was doing my analysis. I don't want to overcomplicate it because that didn't actually play into my entry point. So don't worry about that too much. Just know that I did also consider the 5 minute and the 15 minute market and what it looked like at that time to verify what I was seeing here on the 1 minute time frame. And basically what I was looking for was this huge spike and breakout of my actual zone that I had to the left that I had marked. If you guys do not know how to mark zones, please go check out the first video and the second video that I've posted for Tradesmas. I have them linked in the playlist above. I would check those out just because I explain a little bit more about how I identify my support and my resistance levels and how I actually like figure out where my zone is as far as like where the market is. Those videos can help you. I don't want to waste too much time explaining that again, so check them out if you aren't following what I'm doing here. As far as what I was looking for, though, I did identify my zone to the left. This was actually still marked up previously from the day before, so I just was able to extend my zone out because it was still respecting those levels as far as my resistance and my support goes. What happened though around opening, so opening for me is around this like 9 a.m. time because this is US indices, so it's actually 9:30. So between here and this time you can see there was a nice big push up. and it did break out of my zone. So typically, if you're a zone trader and you have a breakout of this type, you would be pretty excited because you have a breakout. I was not too sold on this, and that's because, like I said, I was looking at the 5-minute and the 15-minute time frame as well. And while on the 1-minute time frame, it had broken out of this zone, the zone that I was looking at was actually a little bit larger on the 15-minute, and that was respecting this level that it actually peaks up to and touches. So that's what you're seeing circled here. This was a liquidity grab for the higher time frame, the 15-minute time frame that I was looking at. So while on the 1-minute time frame, this looks like a pretty clear consolidation breakout, it actually wasn't. So that's why I wasn't interested in taking a buy with this smiley face and breaking out. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to wait for it to come back into the zone and see if it was going to do a break again or whether it would break below. And what ended up happening here was that it does come back in, it does pull back to it, and then it gives you the confirmation that it wasn't able to actually make a new higher high and continue market structure by going up. It would make a higher high, and then the market would continue to make new higher highs. It was not able to do that. What it did do was break below, comes back up to retest, but fails to actually come above, and then gives you a strong bearish smiley face as well as a bearish candle, indicating that the market is likely going to stay within this zone. So it's failing to actually break this zone successfully, and that this little wick up here was likely just a liquidity grab that is happening on a higher time frame. So this actually works almost like a reversal idea of like a breakout. So it breaks out, comes back into retest, breaks above to retest, confirms to stay in the zone. I may have lost some of you on this, and if I did, let me know, and I can go in more detail in a future video about what I'm talking about. But essentially, flip your thinking as far as the way a breakout works, and think of it like it breaks out of your resistance, comes above, grabs the liquidity it needs. The market says, no, we never really belonged up here at this price. This is market manipulation, drives it back into this zone that we're actually trading within and where the market really belongs with price. Drives it back in. When it drives it back in, it nosedives back in, and that's okay. And then it comes back up again, tries to drive it back up a little bit to see if it can break this. Is it true? Is this price a true actual price, or was this really liquidity? When it fails to break above this, that's when I can say, oh, this was market manipulation. I can confirm that now because it's failing to create new market structure and continue to make higher highs. This is a false breakout, and that's how you can identify a false breakout from a real breakout. Once it comes back and retest what was the breakout area, and you've broken out, you come back and retest what was the broken out area, this circled area, and then you get that nice strong bearish candle, and the momentum is shifting now and saying no, pressure is actually back on the selling side. That is when you can see that you get the upside down smiley face, and that's around where my entry was. So it's a little bit of a different thinking. It's not as clear cut of a typical breakout trade. It's almost like a flipped idea of a breakout trade when you have liquidity. But I did want to show this trade because it is a little bit more intermediate to advanced style breakout trading. And I know people ask a lot of times how to avoid false breakouts. And that's how I avoid them. I basically look to see, like, does price drive back into the zone? And if it drives back into the zone, I wait to see if it comes to retest where the liquidity grab was and whether it decides to break the liquidity grab and continue structure, or if it fails to break it and creates new structure to the downside. And in this case, it was creating new structure to the downside. So this basically acts as like a pullback. That's also another simple way that maybe people would understand it. It's a breakout. It retests your zone, it pulls back, but fails to make new market structure, and then continues to make a new lower low. Again, if you guys are having trouble following this one, let me know. But I know this one's a little bit more intermediate to advanced, so I'm happy to go in more detail in a future video. Nonetheless, the entry point is after this bearish smiley face print and the close of that candle.
And I was going larger here because, like I said, I was using the 5-minute and the 15-minute time frame. So I actually have a 15-minute stop loss, which is why it looks pretty large. And I had a 15-minute take profit marked here. But I was trying to use the 1-minute time frame that you're seeing here as my like sniper entry, because I knew I was on a challenge account. And honestly, I wanted to pass it quickly. I'm not going to lie. I just wanted to get the points for my team. So I was trying to get like a sniper entry and a really good price. People are probably like, you could have gotten a better price. I definitely could have. But again, with this liquidity and the way the market was working this day, I just didn't trust it enough. And I really was waiting for like this confirmation to say, like, we're good. This isn't a breakout. So I just didn't really trust it just yet. So I was waiting here. Anyhow, it works out in my favor. So I did ×2 this trade. So I did stack this trade. And if you guys want to know what stacking is, if you don't know what it is, I'll post a little short that I have that I made that kind of like quickly reviews what that means when I say that I stacked trades. But essentially it means I took 2 trades at the same time, and sometimes I'll change like where my take profits go. I had one set to actually be right around the bottom of this level, just in case, you know, like I just wanted to secure something. So I was getting in here, and then like my first like take profit idea was around here. And then my second one was actually a lot lower down, and that's what you're seeing, the green marked below. And that was based off of the 15-minute time frame that I was looking at as my initial analysis, and 1-minute time frame as my actual sniper entry time frame. But I ended up passing the account because I did take US30 trades, which we're about to get into. And between these 2 trades running and the 2 on US30, I was able to pass the account rather quickly. I believe it's like 31 minutes or so it took me to pass this between all the trades running. So yeah, I was able to do that, and I just closed them early. So that's kind of a tip for you as well when it comes to these accounts. Once you have passed your account, don't like keep holding. It goes back to the same idea that I was talking about here with taking a smaller trade. Once you have hit your profit target amount, don't let your money go out the window. Close your trades, secure your profit you've passed. At the end of the day, the trial accounts and the prop firm challenges you do, it's all play money until you actually get the live account. So don't worry about like trying to look really cool and showing off like profits you made, because like it doesn't matter and you could end up risking your account. You want to just pass the account. That's all you care about. You just want all these little check marks so that way you can get to the live account where you can actually take withdrawals. Let's look at US30 trade. So this one's a little bit easier to understand. I know the US100 trade was a little bit more intermediate to advanced, but the US30 one is a little more clear cut, and I think a little easier to follow for all level traders. So again, I did like the idea of the 15-minute and the 5-minute for my overall analysis when it came to this. And I was on the 1-minute time frame for that sniper entry. I was trying to get the best entry possible, and I was really waiting for that like market retracement to come that I was looking for, like a good enough retracement. Basically here, what was happening was there was a zone. So similar to what you saw on the US100 trade I just showed you, there was a zone like, you know, actually I think it was a little lower. It was actually these guys that broke out. But there was like a zone in this area that I'm kind of drawing a box around. And there was that fake breakout. And initially on US30, again, another reason why I wasn't sold on the NAS100 trade was because I wasn't convinced that this was a total fluke, because this one actually did create better structure and it wasn't so volatile like US 100s was. In this case, I was just kind of like waiting it out too. And I was waiting to see, would it create another higher high? So when you see these little white levels that I have drawn, this is a higher high. And I was wondering if it was going to continue up and making another higher high, creating market structure and continuing it. It never did that. It actually comes down and actually breaks below your higher low here, and then continues to make a lower low. So now you have a new level started, and you're creating new lower low down here. So you have market structure that has been changed. So for those people like SMC terms, it's like a change of character in the market or a change in market structure. So once you see this market structure change, it should be an indication that potentially you are getting ready for some sort of reversal or a deep retracement of a higher time frame. Like I said, I was looking at the 15-minute time frame, so I was prepping for this potentially, and I had not actually been in the market just yet here. I was waiting to see if we would get the confirmation with this lower low, and we did. But I like a sale and I didn't want to get in that low. So I also was like, well, let me see if we can get a little bit of a retracement happening and then an actual confirmation. Because when this lower low printed, my most recent bearish smiley face was pretty far gone, in my opinion, further than I wanted it to be. And I didn't want to get into the move this late. So I was waiting for another retracement to happen and another bearish smiley face to give me a little bit of a better price. So basically a second option to get into this trade. So I did get that here. This bearish smiley face did print. Market did. This is 1 minute time frame, guys. So like I'm showing you the candle that I was interested in, but I actually don't get into like around this area just because I'm not that fast. I'm not that quick. I wish I was superhuman flash, but I'm not. So, it took me a couple of minutes to get into my MT4 to get everything done and get all of my stuff placed. But yeah, so this is the initial interest of the trade. And at that point, I knew I was getting in based off of this bearish smiley face and this nice bearish candle. And also just the confirmation of that this level that was created here never went above the previous high or the most recent swing high. So basically my market structure was being respected. So in this case, I was anticipating that if I got in here that I should be breaking lower than the most recent lower low. If I'm confusing you guys, I'm sorry, but this is a pretty basic market structure type of trade where there's a market structure pattern happening and just continuation of that market step like that happens, the step like staircase, if that makes sense. If you guys want to learn more about it, we do teach this. This is a pretty simple concept. It is taught in the trading floor course. If you look at the price action course and even the beginner courses that we teach, we do go over like market structure and how that works. So you guys can check it out there if you're a member and learn more about it if I'm messing you up a little bit here. This is what real life scenario looked like for me, and that's what I was looking for. Clean market structure to continue being made. So got in at this point of the trade and then was looking for it to create a new lower low, which it did. Again, this one I did actually have a pretty heavy stop loss on it and a take profit too. It's based off of the 15-minute analysis, just like the other trade was. So I did have ×2 on this as well for trades, and I had take profit 1 set in this area, and then take profit 2 was supposed to be based off of the 15-minute trade. But I ended up passing the account, so you guys can see I did say closed early, trades passed account challenge. So both of those trades running with 2 trades each meant that I passed the account pretty quickly. With that being said, I was able to pass the account. Like I said, I was looking to over risk here. I knew I was over risking. I knew that I was potentially taking more trades than I wanted to because I was on a challenge account, and that's just how I approach them, especially a trial one, because I was just trying to get the points for my team. But the logic behind the trades, whether I was on a trial account or not, would have been criteria for me to take on a live account. These were pretty good, clean-cut trades for me. I'm hoping that you guys found something helpful no matter what level you are in this video, but this is what I did in order to pass that account, and I am taking 100% ownership that I did over risk on this challenge. I did definitely do that, taking 4 trades at one time on something like US30 and NAS100 when they correlate pretty closely. It's risky for sure, but I knew what I was doing, and that is how I do approach my challenge accounts typically. I don't go insane with risk, but I definitely do over risk because I like to get them done and out of the way. I don't want to be waiting around for a long time to potentially pass them. I do not suggest that for you guys who are starting out or like people who are not experienced with accounts. Just stick to your plans. It will help you more than if you try to do things that are too risky. This could be really hard to do sometimes for people. Please be careful. I don't want you guys to mess up your mindset or form bad habits because you do over risk to pass a challenge quickly. That's a bad habit to get into, and it's very hard to break. So please don't do it. I'm pretty experienced and I'm pretty comfortable with challenge accounts now that I have a system that I do that helps me with them and that works for me mentally. I can still go back to my typical boring breakout trading that I do with my normal 1% risk or so. So it doesn't mess me up personally, but for you guys who are beginning, please do stick with your regular plans. Take the time to truly pass the challenges because it will only help you in the long run. Do as I'm saying, not necessarily as I did here in this case, but do take the tips that I told you about. So I do think that taking the tip to be able to just like take a minor little lot size for a quick trade, a couple of like dollars, even if it's a loss, it's not a big deal, just enough to get you the minimum 2-day trading days or whatever your minimum trading days is for your prop firm. And also, if you are in profit, if you met your profit target, don't be holding your trades just to like let them hit your take profit to feel good about yourself. Just close them out. Close them out because you hit your profit target and you potentially could risk them going into drawdown and then you have to start all over again. So those are my 2 tips for this. Hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure you leave them below and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.